Hello and welcome back to our video. In this lesson, I would like to tell you that with numerical values in programming, you can always make use your variables in replacing data coming from the another variables. Alright, let's say for example, you have declared a variable here, variable A having the value of 5, right? And also you have a variable B that has no data. Okay, and you want this data variable A to be passed into the variable B. So by syntax, you can also pass the data coming from this variable A to the variable B. Since variable B has been declared already, we just have to assign the variable the variable A to the variable B. Right? So the data held by variable A is, so let's put placeholder here, and then let's call the identifier of the first variable, and then let's copy function, and don't forget your placeholder, escape sequence for new line, and copy, and then paste. Right, so the data held by variable B is, alright, so let's call variable B here. So if you notice, I have written statements here in which I declared two variables, in which the first variable, which is variable A, it is being initialized with the data numerical number 5, and integer variable B has no data. However, in line number 10, I assigned the value of A to variable B. Alright, so what do you think will be the output? So obviously, in this example, we will get the same data coming from both variables, because I assigned the data being held by variable A. Alright, to show you the output of this program, so let's build and run our source code. Alright, so as what I have said, you will get the same output for both variables. Alright, so how about we are to pass another data? So let's say for example, I want to change the data of variable B because I don't want the data of the variable A anymore. So let's say for example, I want to assign number 10. So what do you think will be the output of this source code? Alright, so let's click build and run. Alright, so if you notice, I overlap the data coming from line number 10. So in short, my point in telling you this is that with variables being declared with initialized values, the values can still be overlapped by declaring another data or another variable to that specific variable. Alright, just what you can see here. So another example, I want to overlap another data. Alright, and for you to see it explicitly, let's add another printf function for each one of the as for the later part before we change the data of the variable B. So the data held by variable B is, should say here. Okay, so let's just build and run, I guess, because our code looks good. Okay, as you can see, the data held by variable B is now 5. Alright, the first output. Okay, but the second one, we get 10. Alright, and then the data held by variable A, which is obviously A holds the value number 5. Right, and then lastly, the data held by variable B is now 15, which is coming from line 16. Alright, so my point once again is that with your variables, you can always replace the data of your variables by just reassigning the new data to the variable, or even assign the variable to your existing variable. So whatever the data being held by that another variable, it will be copied by your first variable, just like what you can see here. So final example, let's say for example, I'm going to declare integer C having the data of 100. Alright, and we already know that in this statement, B is holding 15, right? But I want to assign C to the variable B. And now let's click and let's build and run. So here, in this final printf, wherein we call B, so based on the concept, we will expect to get the output 100. Alright, so to confirm this one, let's build and run to see. Alright, so I got it right and you got it right as well, because indeed the final printf function returned us a 100 numerical data coming from the variable c, as what we can see coming from the line 18. Look at the number 18. I'm in the line 18 statement, wherein the variable b has been replaced by the value of the variable c, and we already know that variable c, according to line number 9, is holding the data, numerical data 100, and that numerical data 100 has been passed to the variable b. That's why whenever printf function calls the variable b, identifier b, then it returns the numerical data 100 as an output. Alright, that's the end for this video this time, and see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Goodbye.